Olha, eu vou falar pra você, viu? Se você falasse, cara, a live de hoje, que faremos a live de hoje aqui na Ubisoft Brasil de Assassin's Creed.
O que seria?
E você perguntasse assim pra mim, a live de hoje vai
Quer
ser
que eu
o quê?
pergunto? A live de hoje vai ser o quê?
A live de hoje o que vai ser, Luiz? Eu só respondo com scrap. Eu não adiciono sem scrap, entendeu? É isso que eu vou dizer. Rapaziada, a live de hoje é muito especial, porque estamos aqui com ele, ninguém nada, ninguém menos. Pode abrir a câmera aberta, meu Luizão, não é nem fechada, é abertinha que a gente quer. Orkut Buiokokten is here with us at Ubisoft Brazil. Thank you so much for being on our show today, Orkut. It's a pleasure having you here. And we're gonna talk a lot about video games today.
That sounds great.
When you have arrived like an hour ago here, and you were talking about gaming, and we didn't know how much, you're not someone who likes games. You love video games, is that right?
Yes, correct.
How long have you been playing?
Since I was 8 years old, probably.
8 years old. I started playing around 4. Yeah, so did you started playing on school or anything?
I started playing on a Spectrum. It was one of those like early machines that only had 48 kilobytes of memory.
Yeah. Pessoal, eu vou traduzir algumas das coisas que o Orkut respondeu aqui hoje. É claro que vocês podem mandar perguntas também, mas ele comentou aqui, quando eu for traduzir, Luizão, pode vir comigo.
Tá.
Ele comentou aqui que ele começou a jogar no Sinclair, que é uma plataforma que a gente não tinha tanto aqui no Brasil, e foi a primeira plataforma dele. E eu vou falar pra vocês vão ficar surpresos, tá? Porque o Orkut é fãzão de Assassin's Creed, a gente vai falar disso aqui agora. So I was telling them you're an Assassin's Creed fan, but we are here to talk about Assassin's Creed, about Ubi, but about gaming in general. What are the types of game, your favorite games? Which games do you like the most?
I think games are like the most creative medium out there, and I really like a good story. And the favorite type of genres I like are RPG, action, and first-person shooters.
Oh, really different profiles there. So for RPG, that's an adventure. That's I imagine you get the love for assassins, like you mentioned. But you actually commented that you come from the Prince of Persia days. That which games of Prince of Persia have you played? How do you get to enjoy the franchise?
So Prince of Persia was one of the first games I played on PC. And I was so into it. I remember like creating a map of all like the levels on my own to figure out like all the little like hidden gems to play in the game.
You created a map in like a notebook or anything?
Yes.
Galera, eu tô falando com ele aqui que ele gosta do Assassin's, ele gosta dos jogos e tudo, só que ele joga desde o Prince of Persia. Ele falou que lembra de estar jogando no computador o primeiro Prince of Persia e fazer o caderninho pra colocar os mapas, tudo. I did the same. Not for Prince of Persia, but for many games. I know that here in Brazil, the Mortal Kombat notebook was common, where people would discover the codes.
Oh yes, yeah.
And sign the codes. And
GTA San Andreas too.
For what?
GTA San Andreas.
Yes, for the codes in GTA. Do you remember which were your first games, your first platforms, your first console, like when you started?
My first console was PlayStation, and
The
then
PlayStation 1?
PlayStation 3.
Oh, okay.
And then I got an Xbox. I started with like 360, Xbox One.
And today you play on both consoles?
Both consoles.
Yeah, we were talking before. A gente tava falando aqui, ele falou, eu tenho PlayStation, eu tenho Xbox, porque tem jogos que só saem numa plataforma ou outra, eu preciso ter as duas para jogar, né? Anthony, só para te falar, esse programa está ao vivo, não tem legendas porque estamos ao vivo, mas eu vou traduzir para você. So, I'm just letting everyone know that we are translating everything. E Lu, acho que acho que deu uma caidinha, a gente resolveu. So, before we talk a little bit more about gaming, I want to ask you, like, what brings you to Brazil?
I'm attending the Silicon Valley conference in Sao Paulo, which is next week, and I'm giving a talk on social media.
And what are you talking more? What is the content of your keynote?
I think like we start to forget a lot of our humanity. We stop chasing truth, beauty, and justice. And I want to talk about values that make us human, like kindness, love, togetherness, friendship, empathy, compassion, and how those relate to social media.
Ok. Então, pessoal, o Orkut está no Brasil porque ele vai dar uma palestra aqui. Na verdade, serão duas palestras, uma em São Paulo e uma em Porto Alegre. In Porto Alegre, the other one you mentioned, the other city?
Then I'm giving a lecture in Porto Alegre.
Yes. So, ele vai dar uma palestra tanto em São Paulo quanto em Porto Alegre. E a palestra que ele vai falar aqui é sobre como que nós nos relacionamos com as mídias sociais, em especial as questões de amor, de amizade e tudo que envolve a compaixão humana e a nossa presença nas mídias sociais. We'll talk about gaming, but since you're giving the keynote about that, is it okay for us to talk a little bit about social media itself?
Of course.
So when I posted today that you'll be here, I posted that we're gonna have a guest here that definitely like changed our culture, and I believe you have a huge impact on changing the culture of everyone on the internet. And I ask you, like, hey, when you were creating Orkut, did you imagine that one day you would come to this point? And you said, no, not at all. So how was it the first day when you were creating Orkut? What was the planning? What was the idea behind it?
My biggest passions in life are technology and people. And I got interested in connecting people through technology when I was in college at Stanford. And I created a social network called Club Nexus. It was all the way back in 2001. And then I want to create a network that connects everyone on a global scale. So I created Orkut.com 3 years later. I was expecting it to be popular, but not as big as it became.
When we say that it didn't become big, it became like huge
Yes.
normal, right?
Everyone had an Orkut.
Pessoal, eu perguntei pra ele como que foi a ideia do Orkut para criar. Ele falou que a paixão dele de vida sempre foi tecnologia e pessoas e juntar essas duas coisas. Então, quando ele estava fazendo faculdade em Stanford, ele criou a primeira rede social e aí 3 anos depois ele criou o Orkut. Ele imaginava que iria ficar grande, mas não que ficaria tão grande quanto ficou. I want to ask you one thing because through Orkut and the communities and groups, everything, I was telling you that I'm a community manager and my career and my life wouldn't be the same without you and your work. So I really appreciate what you've done and you created. But I want to ask you about the power of people because you mentioned about love, about connecting. When you are developing a platform that is totally related on people, like social media, I imagine that you have your idea when you're programming, but when they get to people using, it transforms. How was your journey with Orkut? How did you get the user's voice? How did you guys see what people thought, and how did that change your work with any platform that you work, being Orkut or Hello?
It was pretty fascinating to see the community evolve over time. And when you look back on the Orkut days, it was actually like a platform that connected people in real life. And our best connections come from the conversations we have and the experiences we share with one another. And I met so many people here in Brazil that have these amazing stories where they got like the next best job or they found romance and got married and kids because of Orkut.
No, that happened a lot. Pessoal, perguntei pra ele o seguinte, igual a gente tá aqui, ó, a gente tá fazendo uma live, eu tô conversando e falando com vocês podem mandar perguntas. Eu falei, cara, quando você tá programando uma plataforma como o Orkut, as pessoas, igual a gente quando a gente faz o jogo, this is the same thing for Assassin's Creed, and I have to tell, there's so many things that the fans contribute to the game that we change. E eu perguntei pra ele, cara, como que é o poder das pessoas? Porque você está fazendo o jogo e você está fazendo a plataforma como Orkut, como que você leva em conta o que as pessoas falaram? Ele comentou, cara, que ele não imaginava, e principalmente no Brasil, o tanto de pessoa que ele conheceu, que o Orkut conectou a galera, que a galera teve filho por causa do Orkut, conheceu a família, começou o amor da vida por causa da plataforma e tem tudo a ver, né, com o que ele falou do poder das pessoas. Can you tell me, you talk about the keynote that you're giving, but I want to ask you a little bit about Hello, like how is it working, where the idea came from, how are you guys building it?
If you look at the social media space the past decade, you see that a lot of these social networks are designing a feed that's just all about helping you promote yourself, because these platforms actually make money when you show interest in other people's public displays. So people start to face tune and filter a lot of content and posting, selfies with celebrities, fabulous dinner parties, their never-ending journeys around the globe. And when you look at other people's feed, you feel like you're not good enough, you can never do enough, and you can never be enough. And with Hello, we are changing that. We're creating an environment like Orkut that's all about like connecting and relating to each other and being genuine and expressive.
Ok. Pessoal, perguntei para eles que o Orkut, uma das coisas que ele está desenvolvendo, e uma coisa que eu ia falar, I'm gonna ask for people to send questions for us as well, okay?
Sure.
O que eu perguntei para ele foi, ele tem uma plataforma nova que é o Network, que é o Hello.
Network,
É o Hello, já tem uns 2 ou 3 anos já desde do beta. Eu falei para ele, cara, como é que é o projeto? People are commenting, hey, can I tell you some polemic stories from Orkut? Do you want to hear polemic stories?
Of course.
Pode mandar. Eu perguntei para ele, cara, o que o Hello tá fazendo? Ele falou o seguinte, que nos últimos 10 anos, as redes sociais atuais, segundo a visão dele, são muito focadas na autopromoção das pessoas. Você tirar uma foto com a celebridade, você mostrar a sua viagem. E que muitas vezes, dependendo como está o nosso momento da vida, e a gente vê isso pode impactar a gente de uma maneira negativa. E que a ideia dele com o Hello é uma rede social que seja mais focada nos interesses que você tem. Então você informa lá para as redes sociais os interesses que você tem. E a partir disso, dos seus interesses, ele customiza o seu feed.
And to that, I should add, like the most popular feature on Orkut.com was communities.
Yeah.
And we built the entire experience of Hello around communities. So you tell us what you're passionate about, and then we surface content and people that are also into the things that you love.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you something. I'm gonna show you what I told you because I'm not sure if you know, but there's a joke in Brazil that it started because of Orkut.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if it's gonna be funny when you translate it. So I'm not sure if you remember, but you could add someone as a friend, you had the scrap, and you had the testimonials, okay? So I'm not sure if it's all territories there was this movement, but it came to a point where people say, hey, I won't add you if you don't leave a scrap, telling me who you are. So there was this, hey, no scrap, no ad. But there was also the testimonial. And on testimonial, usually people would say something like, oh, this is such a great person that I have. So this is the joke here. So, pessoal, estou mostrando a charge do policial para ele. So it's a police officer. And the person tells the police officer, hey, police officer, I was robbed. And the police officer tells him, you're gonna have to leave a testimonial. So he goes into the police officer's Orkut and he writes, what can I tell about this police officer that I don't know, but I already consider so much? And now here in Brazil, people even remember to say, hey, what can I tell you about you that I don't even know, but I consider you so much?
And everyone leaves the testimonial on your profile.
Yeah, I think this is the most famous. Vocês concordam, né, galera? A piada mais famosa do Orkut no Brasil é essa, né? Já estou traduzindo aí. Pessoal, quem quiser mandar pergunta aqui pro Orkut, pra gente poder ver, eu vi que tem algumas. People are telling so many comments about the impact of Orkut, and even Hello. Some people are commenting about Hello here. How both the actors changed their perspective in music because they've met so many bands through the platforms. And people are asking a question here about the data bank of the content. And I can answer because I remember this. There was a period of time that you can download your data.
Yes.
Diamond, não dá mais para você baixar os dados do Orkut. Teve um período, I have saved. I've downloaded my profile in the closing time and I have saved in the cloud. Mas você ainda não consegue baixar. And you know what's funny? A lot of people here, because we're on UBISOFT, of course, are commenting about the games that they've met. Especially because at one point in the platform, there was games on Orkut that you can play.
Uh-huh.
Was that planning in the beginning because of your background in gaming, or was that a feature that became popular because people asked, like, was there a point in time that you considered gaming Orkut, or was it a surprise?
We wanted to make it easy to use like all sorts of applications that had social components, so we added that platform on Orkut.com where you could play games. And one of like the popular applications was actually Buddy Poke.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Here in Brazil, Buddy Poke was really big as well. And I need to ask you, do you used to play any games on Orkut yourself? Was there any game that you used to play on the platform, on Orkut?
I would spend most of my time on communities, not games.
Ok, ok. And, galera, ele falou, eu perguntei pra ele dos jogos, vocês estão falando dos jogos aí, eu perguntei, cara, e os jogos lá do Orkut? Ele falou que desde o começo a ideia é que o Orkut fosse mais fácil pra galera usar o Orkut de maneira de vários aplicativos. Ele falou que foi assim que os jogos nasceram, pra galera poder usar de maneira mais fácil as plataformas. I want to ask you some direct questions about gaming. So, what are some of your favorite games of all time?
I think my favorite game of all times is Kingdom Hearts. the original that
olha aí.
came out, the first one.
The first game, yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the Fable franchise.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed franchise. I've played like every single game, including all like the PSP versions of the games. I played all of them.
And have you ever got the chance to play any of the Chronicles one as well?
I played everything except like the mobile games. I think there's some mobile Assassin's Creed games as well. I haven't played the mobile games.
And there's a current one, which is Rebellion. Rapaziada, ele jogou todos Assassin's Creed, todos do PSP, os Chronicles. E eu vou contar, I'm gonna tell you a secret here.
Okay.
Ele chegou aqui hoje e eu falei, olha, você pode escolher o Assassin que você quiser. Eu falei, a gente pode jogar o Odyssey. I'm telling them that I told you can choose any Assassins you want. Mas eu falei, mas se você quiser jogar o Odyssey, pode jogar o Odyssey. Ele falou assim pra mim, ó, não tem problema não, porque eu sou platina. Tenho o troféu de platina no Odyssey. Então a gente pode jogar o Odyssey. Cara, ele... do you by any chance have a platinum trophy on any other Assassin's Creed?
Yes, I have a platinum trophy on the latest Assassin's Creed, the Odyssey one.
People are like impressed, just like we were here. And you mentioned, we are talking more about the adventure, but you mentioned you also play first-person shooters. Which first-person shooters do you like?
I like, like Gears of War, Halo, like first-person, third-person.
Are you a Quake guy as well? Do you like Quake, Doom?
I played Quake in the early days, and I played the remake of Doom as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, have you had the chance to play the 2016 Doom?
Yes.
Did you enjoy
it? was very well done, yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy, just like back in the day, but crazier because of 2016 and everything new. So, pessoal, se alguém quiser mandar qualquer pergunta aí, they are trying to make some tricky questions here for me. They're saying, ask him if he's gonna play the next Assassin's Creed, but we don't have any information. they're trying to get me.
I can't wait for it to come out.
Yeah. So Kennedy Kennedy actually asked you here, do you have a favorite Assassin's Creed?
I do. It's like really hard to choose between Assassin's Creed 2 and Black Flag.
I knew you would be.
I think like Assassin's Creed 2 is my favorite one because it improved so much over the first game.
Yes.
Listening to like user feedback, and it had such an amazing story.
Yeah. So 2 and I can say from the communities that we talk, for sure 2, Black Flag, and I believe that Odyssey as well. Had a huge impact in the community.
But let's talk about who was the hardest assassin, right? I think it's like Alexios.
The hottest or the hardest?
Hardest.
Ele falou aqui que o Alexios é o Might Tonight, entendeu? Dos Assassins. Is it your favorite among the Assassins?
Yes. Yeah.
So you prefer Assassin's Creed 2, but in terms of characters, you prefer Alexios over Ezio?
Yes.
Okay. So you're a different person. People are telling me to explain to you what is a meme. Dude, he's Orkut, of course you know what is a meme. Igor, eu não tenho como falar em inglês, meu queridão, em português. Eu estou traduzindo para você aqui com o tempo. Eu não tenho como explicar o... People are saying, hey, I want my pictures from Orkut. Tinha que ter deletado. Lots of people are sharing lots of love for you and telling about your work and the platforms. We have some hello users here on the chat as well. And people are asking you if you have all... people are asking, hey, does it have social media? And of course, can you tell us?
Of course, we all do.
So where can people find you on social media if they want to see what you post and talk about?
Definitely follow me on Instagram. My username is OrkutB. I'm on Facebook. It's just Orkut. And I used to have Tinder, but I'm not on Tinder anymore.
What happened? Can we talk about what happened?
Oh God. So I was in Porto Alegre, and I turned on Tinder. I was trying to make new friends. I didn't know anyone that was local in Porto Alegre. And a couple of people thought I was impersonating Orkut. They thought I was fake. So they reported me as impersonating Orkut, and Tinder blocked my account.
Rapaziada, ele foi bloqueado no Tinder porque as pessoas estavam achando que ele era um fake. Começaram a falar, cara, não é possível. But can you imagine, I can understand that it must be hard to develop a tool for someone famous to say, hey, it's actually me. E a conta dele foi deletada por causa disso. Let's play. Are you ready?
I'm ready, and I'm excited to play Cassandra. I never played Cassandra before.
You played Alexios?
I played Alexius.
Ok, rapaziada, nós vamos jogar aqui um Assassin's Creed Orkut, entendeu? Se vocês quiserem perguntar qualquer coisa, I'm telling everyone if they can still interact with us and ask questions.
Okay.
A gente tá no meu save, I'm explaining them, we're on my save. A gente tá no meu save, aqui, no jogo. E vamos tentar fazer alguma missãozinha aqui com o Orkut, entendeu? Um cara que tá jogando no PC pela primeira vez, ele joga só no PS4. Vamos lá, Luizão?
Vamos.
Do you want to...
Alright.
Okay, so it worked. The audio is in Portuguese, but the subtitle is in English.
Alright, so it looks like I need to get information about the priests.
Yeah, but I think we need to go for the 3 points there.
Alright.
Já chamou nosso cavalinho. What do you like to... Because a game like Assassin's Creed, which is like really open, there's so many things you can do. What do you like the most? Like, are you more combat, more exploring, more focused on mission?
Oh, it depends. Like, if I'm only playing it for like a short amount of time, like half an hour or an hour, I try to focus on the mission. If I'm playing it like during the weekend, then I like to explore quite a bit, and I like to do like side missions.
Ok. Perguntei pra ele aí, o que você gosta de fazer no Assassin? Você gosta de ir pro combate, você gosta de focar na missão, ou você gosta de explorar? Ele falou, cara, eu acho que ele é muito parecido, hein? Ele falou, cara, se eu tenho pouco tempo, eu faço uma missãozinha, foco na main quest. Se eu tô com um tempão assim, fim de semana, aí eu exploro, faço o que for dentro do jogo. Pessoal, todo mundo que tá falando de colheita feliz, eu preciso da ajuda de vocês para descobrir o nome do colheita feliz em inglês, para eu poder perguntar para ele. Porque senão eu não consigo perguntar. Mas ele já falou que ele não jogava no Orkut. Que ele usava o Orkut mais pelas comunidades e não tanto para jogo.
Deus da medicina. Preferiria confiar em um...
Se você veio pelo banho de purificação,
You are
você terá que
discovering
voltar em
the
outro
Brazilian
momento.
voices for
Eu vim
Assassin's
por
Creed Odyssey.
informações.
Nesse caso,
Obrigado,
pode
Last
ir
Round.
direto
Com certeza
para o
Happy
Odyssey.
Coilet.
Preciso saber sobre uma mulher.
É isso que eu ia falar, mas não tinha.
muitos anos atrás.
Obrigado.
Por acaso a sua águia cagou nos seus ouvidos? Tenho ordens expressas para não falar com mercenários.
Não fala com moderantes.
Especialmente sobre mulheres espartanas ou bebês feridos.
It was hard on you. Did you by any chance your ego took a shit on your ear?
I'm gonna say, watch your tongue.
Minha águia arrancará sua língua, sacerdote.
Perdão, a língua não. Não como Midon. Crisis ameaçou todos que ousassem falar com a portadora da águia.
É mesmo?
You chose a
Diga
really
o que sabe
specific
sobre a mulher
outfit
que
for
bebeu, ou eu
Cassandra.
o afogo na sua casa de banho.
Warrior.
Que tal essa ameaça?
Por favor,
Ele que escolheu a skin, guys.
Já
Ficamos
tem
10 minutos aqui
cadáver lá
configurando minha
dentro.
Cassandra.
Do que você está falando?
Não estou mentindo. Ele chegou no jogo e falou, não, vou jogar com essa Cassandra não.
Cobras.
Trocou as skins, trocou as
Estão por
armas.
toda parte. Devem ter escapado do
See,
touro.
with Alexios,
Nós as criamos
I would
para
sleep
usar esses
with man,
tratamentos,
and with
mas elas
Cassandra, I'll
invadiram
be
a casa
sleeping
de
with
banho.
man too, so nothing has
As
changed.
cobras mataram alguém?
Um paciente estava se purificando quando elas chegaram rastejando.
Ele
Parece
tá
que
falando
ele
que
tinha
ele jogando
pavor
com o
de
Alex,
cobras,
ele ia trombar com
caiu
o cara. Mas
morto.
com a Cassandra também, então tá tudo na
Agora,
mesma.
elas fizeram dele a sua casa.
E se eu resolvesse seu problema de cobras? Você conversaria
Pessoal, pra
comigo?
quem tá assistindo em português, chegando
com
agora, a
toda
gente tá fazendo a
certeza.
live aqui hoje com o
O banho de
Orkut. Se você não
purificação
tá ligado, é o
é crucial no
criador
caminho
do
rumo à
Orkut,
cura.
da nossa rede social, e o criador do Hello também. A gente tá jogando com ele aqui,
O que
trocando uma
tomar
ideia.
banho tem a ver com curar os enfermos.
Asclépios só visita o sonho dos puros. Quando os doentes
This is more of
chegam,
a
eles
investigation
oferecem
type of
sacrifícios e limpam
quest.
seus corpos na casa de banho. Só então nós os
Obrigado,
deixamos
Caio César.
descansar no Abaton, onde Asclépio
I'm not sure
aparece
if you
para
knew a
curá-los.
game on Orkut called Happy Harvest. Have you heard about this
Is it
game?
like Farmville?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yes, and like I can tell you that like from 10 questions, 9 people are asking your level, and I'm telling them, no, he didn't play much game, but everyone, hey, because it was really popular the game here in Brazil.
Pelas cobras. As línguas delas são como beijos dos deuses.
Vou perguntar a sua pergunta do
Vou
Santos.
dar um jeito no seu problema de cobras. Então, vai precisar me
You're
dizer o que eu
gonna
quero
need to
saber.
kill some snakes,
Right.
I imagine.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna check this quest.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Deal with the snakes.
How do I get in?
Eu acho que tinha I was almost replying to you in português. I believe there was an entrance on the left, but there can actually go like parkour style, maybe go on the top.
Maybe, yeah. You can call Icarus.
Yeah, call Icarus to see where they are.
There's like another. That's like later.
No, there's.
Ele está ali.
This is another.
That's like another.
Yeah, okay.
one. You think I need to like climb to get in?
So, I believe so. Or maybe through there.
Inside.
I believe maybe you have to go through, you know, there's some buildings that have an opening in the middle. If you climb, there's an opening and you can
Alright,
jump.
I'm gonna try to climb.
Igor, ele tem uma nova rede social hoje em dia que chama Hello, o hello.com, que aliás vamos falar a verdade, que é um puta nome bom, né? E ele trabalha no Hello, é isso aí. People are asking, hey, well, what is Orkut up to in terms of network right now? Hello.
Yeah, go to hello.com and check it out. We are on Android and iOS.
Lots of people were asking that during Orkut, they actually added you and you accepted, and people are asking if it was really you.
You know, there are a lot of fake Orkut accounts, and we would like delete them as we find them. So it might not have been me.
Ok. Pra quem, ó, viu que a galera perguntou que tinha adicionado o Orkut na época, e eu perguntei se era ele falou, ó, tinha muito fake. Ele falou, eu aceitava algumas pessoas, não podia não ser.
I don't know how
Então,
to get
I'm
in.
gonna help you. It seems to be, have you
Maybe it's on the underground.
it can be, but have you tried to go,
So I tried to climb it
no, through there, are the doors closed?
through here.
Yes. It wasn't.
And you can use the animals pulse as well for us to see if there is any, oh, there you go.
Oh, here we go.
Careful with this name.
Really,
Oh,
yeah,
it
it's
is
really
so
dark.
Wait, I
you-
need a light. Here we
Yes,
go.
o cara é preparadíssimo.
Ah!
Ele é preparadíssimo. Já chegou no escuro, já puxou, entendeu?
Snakes.
That's how we do it.
I'm just gonna throw like my torch at them.
Bit easier.
All right.
People are asking here if you ever been to an interview that people told you what were the most popular communities on Orkut in Brazil?
Oh, that's a really good question. One community that was very popular was called like I hate Mondays.
E a casa de banho está livre de cobras?
I hate when I go to my bathing house and it's full of snakes.
I bet there was a community for that on Orkut too. There was a community for everything.
Yes.
Yes.
Ele falou, rapaziada, tinha comunidade pra tudo.
Você fez isso.
But my favorite
Cobra
community,
boa é
there
cobra
was two
morta.
communities on Orkut that I
Vai
never
pagar
forget.
por isso.
One was called Jesus Love You.
Maldita seja.
But when you
Então?
enter the community, the description said,
Então o
but
quê?
everyone else thinks you're a jackass.
That's very
Não
funny.
sei se vocês sabiam, galera, tinha uma comunidade no Orkut que era Jesus te ama. Aí você entrava, a descrição era, mas todo mundo te acha um babaca.
Mas ele não vai te falar.
That was one that I loved, and there was also one which was called Midgets Dressed as a Clown Kill 3 People, which was actually a true news that happened in Brazil.
wow.
And it was a community all of crazy news, like that, you know, unbelievable news. We finished our quest here. There was a closer one as well.
Yeah. Good.
Jesus te ama. Jesus loves you. Then you, oh, I love this community. It's such religious. Then you clicked on it. But everyone else thinks you're a jackass. Isso aí, anão vestido de palhaço mata 8. Eu traduzi errado, mas era isso aí. People are all discussing that. Did you have a favorite community that or the one that you were most active?
Oh, it was like mostly like technology communities, and I had like a Stanford University community.
Ah, so you were the king of your university community. Ele falou que a comunidade favorita dele era a comunidade da faculdade dele, que era da Stanford. So, people are sending you some questions.
Okay.
I know you're playing, but not.
Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah.
So, a friend here, Santos, asked, how was it for you to have a platform that was so innovative for such a long time?
It was an amazing journey with Orkut.com. We had over 300 million users worldwide.
300 milhões de usuários. Hein?
Can you guess like how many people lived throughout like all ages? Like how many humans? There's like some estimation. How many billion people ever lived?
How many, even the person, how many humans existed on planet Earth? I have no idea. Well, okay.
So they're estimating 100 billion.
100 billion throughout all story.
Oh.
Wow.
And now we have 8 billion people who are alive, which means like almost like 10% of like all humans that ever existed are alive now.
Caralho, this will be hard for me to translate. Okay, I'm sorry. I even said a curse word here when you told me. You said it was 100 billion?
100 billion.
O que ele falou é o seguinte, tem uma estimativa que mais ou menos 100 bilhões de pessoas existiram 100 bilhões de humanos na história. E hoje a gente está em 8 bilhões, quase 10. Então, praticamente 10% de todos os humanos que já viveram estão vivos nesse momento. E o Orkut tinha 300 milhões de usuários.
So, in that sense, if you think about like 300 million people, that's like an insane amount of people using.
No, it's an unbelievable amount of people. 300 milhões de usuários. So, Kyle, actually, if there's, he told us that he loves streaming and gaming, and he was asking, hey, ask Orkut if he was ever involved in a streaming or gaming project, such as Twitch or something like that.
Unfortunately not.
Ele falou que, infelizmente, não. Ele nunca esteve envolvido com nenhuma plataforma. And Santos, which we just replied, said, hey, I would like to congratulate Ubisoft for having Orkut here and tell him that I want to tell him that he marked so many people live in Brazil, so really thank you for answering my question. It was like really
Thanks
happy.
Ubisoft for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. Last round I was asking actually if you live in Turkey, but I'm no, he lives in San Francisco. Ele mora em São Francisco hoje em dia, já faz um bom tempo já.
Yeah.
Almost 15 years, right, in the US.
Which city do you born in Turkey?
I was born in Turkey, but I grew up in Germany, so I have a Turkish-German accent.
Okay. We need to follow the priest on this mission, so we're gonna be back for the.
Qual santuário não é seguro para os seus sacerdotes?
Os tempos mudaram.
Do you have any missions that you remember that you found it funny playing Odyssey?
Oh yes, there was a villain you had to defeat, and his name was Testicles. I thought it was very funny.
Okay. Falou que a missão do Testicles era The guy just told here, 300 million users. And the only girls that added me were fakes.
That's a good one.
Ai, 253 Lucas, você já faz a gente rir todo dia, agora você faz o Orkut rir também, cara.
Asclepio arrancou a cabeça dela para tirar os vermes.
Wow, we're in a heavy story here.
Definitivamente não é essa. O que será que Hipócrates diria sobre esses
It's a myth,
tratamentos?
right?
Hipócrates é um bom curandeiro.
This mission, you say?
Aparentou.
He's telling a myth, I
Aparentou?
think.
Está curando doentes.
Oh, I like
Acho que
Hippocrates. He's so
Muito mais
funny.
do poder das próprias mãos,
He's
e não muito
really
dos
funny.
deuses.
Quando se trata de vida ou morte, prefiro as mãos. Todos os testemunhos são tão excessivos?
Os autores de
Testemunhos.
hoje, Tucídides,
Testemunhas.
Eurípides, Aristóteles, todos tentam ser realistas, mas o que realmente inspira é a grandeza, a magia, deuses.
Nossa, é quase um Sandy Jr.
Essa conta a história de um homem ferido a espadadas. Cachorros lamberam ele inteiro e, eureka, são os melhores amigos do homem.
Isso é
So that's how the dogs became best friend on this story, because a guy was saved in a war by being licked by a pack of dogs.
Fale-me sobre
Ok.
Persis.
Okay,
Uma
Greece.
mulher poderosa,
Accept that.
perigosa, mas não foi sempre assim. Abandonaram ela criança aqui e ela foi abrigada pelos sacerdotes. Aprendeu a louvar os deuses. Ela aprendia bem rápido. Tinha muita determinação. E não demorou muito até os sacerdotes começarem a ouvi-la. Ela era amada, mas havia uma ira no coração dela que não se acalmava.
O que está escrito nessa? Deixa eu adivinhar. A história de uma mulher cega que teve os olhos lambidos
Cassandra's
por
voice in
cobras.
Portuguese is amazing.
Ela diz...
I'm not sure if you know, but in English,
Veio
almost
como uma
all the main
criança,
actors, they are from
buscou
Greek
piedade
heritage,
dos
so they don't
deuses.
make the accent. It's their natural accent, because Ubisoft selected Greek actors to do the voices.
And I think
That's amazing.
they won of the best voice actor in Video
Yes.
Game Awards. Yes.
The actor for Cassandra. I'm not sure if they won
Nós
for Alexis.
cuidamos dela, demos comida, banho e ela partiu. Aonde ela foi?
Ela partiu e nunca mais
não
voltou.
sei. A criança não pôde ser
This is a
salva.
story-heavy mission
Quem
that we're
é
having
que
here.
sabe aonde ela foi?
Nós fomos vistos. Me encontre depois, perto da oliveira de Heracles, na entrada do santuário. Talvez eu tenha algo para você.
I may have
E o que
something
nós
for you,
temos
not
aqui?
sure.
Um sacerdote e uma mercenária em um passeio amigável?
Que os deuses o guardem, Plistos. Eu estava a caminho do arquivo quando dei de cara com esta Místios.
Foi isso, é? E sobre o que conversaram com tanto entusiasmo, se posso perguntar?
Oh,
Are we...
I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna say I was looking for the bathhouse.
Okay.
Estou fedendo e gostaria de me lavar. Esse bom sacerdote aqui estava me dizendo onde posso tomar um banho.
Sim, pois é isso mesmo. O banho fica naquela direção.
And it was where we actually killed the snakes, right?
Yes.
O banho é para curar os doentes, não para lavar o sangue das suas mãos. Retire-se.
He's not happy with us being there.
All right.
You can punch his face.
Yeah, that's what Cassandra does. Oh, you want me to take a bath here?
But there was a mission in the bathhouse. That was a fun mission.
But I think we finished, right?
Now you are going to meet the priest
Yeah.
that was inside the bathhouse.
So someone sends a question here that was a question that I want to ask you. From the beginning of the project, you knew you were going to use your name with Orkut for the platform?
So the internal name was Eden, which is like paradise, a wonderful place for people to get
In
together.
Portuguese, it is the same word.
And we tried to get Eden.com, but the domain was taken. Then I was in a meeting with Eric Schmidt, who was the CEO of Google at the time, and Marissa Meyer. And they said, you know, you have Orkut.com. It's a unique name. It's 5 letters. Why don't we just launch it as Orkut? And I was the only person who worked on the project. I wrote all the code. I designed it. I even went to data centers and set up the servers.
At that moment.
Yeah.
Uau! Pessoal, ele falou que o nome do site era Orkut porque o projeto inicial da plataforma era chamar Eden, ia ser eden.com. Só que o domínio estava tomado e ele estava numa reunião com o Eric Schmidt, que era o CEO do Google, né? E aí ele falou, cara, você fez tudo, ele programou tudo, ele fez todo o design, ele fez o início do projeto do Orkut, ele fez tudo sozinho. Falou, seu nome é diferente o suficiente. Have you ever met, I imagine that after the platform became big, but before working on the platform, have you ever met other Orkuts before? Is it a popular name?
It's a very popular, actually. The name Orkun is popular, which ends with an N. But my parents wanted my name to rhyme with my brother's name, which is Farhad. So they came up with the name Farhad. Oh.
Your brother's name is Farhad?
Yeah. And
Farhad
I have a good story. So when Orkut.com first launched, it was very popular in Finland.
In Finland?
Can you guess why?
Does Orkut does it have any meaning in Finnish?
Yes.
Do you want me to try to guess what it means?
Can you guess?
Is it by any chance 18 plus content or not?
Yes.
So I'm on the right track. I'm on the right track. At this moment, I'm on the right track. Before you answer, I'm gonna translate where we are to people. Ele
Yes.
falou que quando o Orkut começou, o Orkut, a plataforma explodiu de sucesso na Finlândia. E ele falou, sabe por quê? Eu falei, e aí, o Orkut quer dizer alguma coisa em finlandês? Ele falou, sim. Eu falei, e aí, é uma palavra adulta? Ele falou, sim. E a gente não falou ainda o que é. So I'm gonna be generalistic. Does it mean sex by any chance?
So it turns out in Finnish, Orkut means multiple orgasms in a row.
So that's a good word. That's a good word.
And I love that you say that with the most straight face possible. Rapaziada, em finlandês, Orkut significa múltiplos orgasmos. E quando ele criou o site era muito popular na Finlândia por causa disso. So I imagine the first users were in Finland.
They thought it was an adult site, and then when they found out it wasn't, they eventually all left.
Okay, but actually it could partially be depending on the community, right? Depending on your user. That's one of the magic of Orkut with the communities. You could participate with on every content you wanted. Michael, eu não sei se você chegou agora, Michael. Michael just joined the chat. Michael from Instagram and from UBISOFT here. Eu não sei se você chegou agora, mas se você chegou agora, me fala que eu repito para você a história que ele acabou de contar aqui.
And every social network can be a Tinder if you effort a lot. You can be every social network you can schedule dates and everything. Meet new people for like Tinder.
That's what you're saying. So
Yes.
you're the Cupid of social networks, Luis.
No, that is a choque de cultura. That's it.
No, that's very true actually. Believe it or not, there are people who go on dates from LinkedIn, and like LinkedIn is a professional network, and there are people who date through LinkedIn.
Olha aí, a galera marcando um rolê no LinkedIn. Michael, ele falou...
Olha aí, ó, choque de cultura em tudo.
O Michael, ele acabou de contar que o Orkut no começo foi muito popular na Finlândia, porque Orkut em finlandês significa múltiplos orgasmos. Então no começo, quando eles criaram o site, eles achavam que era por isso. E Ocelot, a gente falou um pouquinho sobre... Ocelot is asking like, how do you have the idea of creating Orkut at the time?
So Orkut.com emerged from a project I started when I was a student at Stanford. I noticed that during their freshman years, most undergraduates made friends in their immediate vicinity, their dorms and fraternities. And it was such a narrow way to meet people, so I want to create an online service where I can connect students together and make it easier to connect.
O Orkut nasceu de um outro projeto dele, Ocelot, que ele falou que ele criou no começo para conectar a galera nas plataformas da faculdade dele, e isso que evoluiu como projeto. Michael just told us, I'm having arctis of laughs right now in Finnish. I'm not sure if we are going to combat on this mission or if we're just investigating.
As redondezas daqui são vastas.
E aí, Denilson, tudo beleza?
Disseram que estava pastando no Monte Corifon, perto das ruínas de Aqui.
You're getting all the information.
Yeah.
Do you always ask all the questions when you're playing alone?
I do, yeah.
So you can try playing an exploration later, because if you do that, it's gonna always show everything when you play in exploration.
But it takes so much more time though,
Yes,
right?
it takes, yeah.
Devem estar de acordo para participar de sacrifício.
Vitinho parou porque ele vendeu a plataforma, né, pro Google, e hoje ele tem uma plataforma que é o Hello. Lots of people asking like, what is he up now? I'm telling people about Hello. Michael told, can you imagine anyone in Finland asking, hey, does your sister have Orkut? yeah, actually she does. Here's the profile. Now we're talking about games, we're talking about Orkut, but I wanna know about Brazil Orkut. What are you liking the most here in the country? I know it's not your first time here, right?
It's my fourth time. Like my favorite thing about Brazil is the people. They are so friendly, so welcoming, really nice, and I made like amazing connections here in Brazil. And I love the food, and I love how innovative and creative the culture is. And if you think about like any app that launches, it's always like Brazilian who are the early adopters.
Yeah, when we talk about like, for example, even Instagram and all of the platforms, Brazilians are always there testing.
I love that curiosity, yeah.
Galera, eu perguntei pra ele o que ele mais gosta do Brasil, ele falou que o que ele mais gosta é a curiosidade da galera, a hospitalidade do pessoal aqui e a comida. Eu vou precisar perguntar pra ele, when you talk about food, do you remember any dishes that you had here?
Oh, I love the cheese balls.
Yes, yes.
Bolinha de queijo! Uma salva de palmas pra bolinha de queijo, Brasil!
Cheese balls?
Esse é o sucesso do brasileiro!
And I like the all-meat restaurants when they bring all the meat in like skewers.
Yes, churrascão brabo.
Yes.
Entendeu? Falou que ele curte uma bolinha de queijo churrasco. It's not very common for people to remember the cheese balls. So you were actually representing a part of culture here.
No, I went to Starbucks yesterday and there are cheese balls there.
Ah, mas ele não tá falando de... cheese bread.
Ah, cheese bread.
Oh, there are balls though.
Yes.
But is it like a bread or like fried?
It's more like a bread.
Ah, pão de queijo também maravilhoso,
Pão de queijo é a melhor coisa
incrível.
que existe, cara.
Uma das coisas... Hã?
Melhor coisa que existe, cara. Pão de queijo, melhor comida.
Pode deixar. So, pão de queijo, você acha que é a melhor comida, Luiz? A rapaziada tá fazendo... I'm not sure if you know, but people are actually doing hamburgers with cheese bread right now.
I love it.
Oh,
So
really?
they cut it and they do a full... And that is new. That is like...
I made it at my home once.
That is like... it's a new thing. Like a year from...
No, it's new here in São Paulo, but in Minas, it's pretty common. There's a lot of restaurants that...
Pão
Yeah,
de queijo.
Yesterday I saw this huge line all around the building and I thought it was a Taylor Swift concert. It turns out it was McDonald's.
Yes.
Yeah, because of the... Yeah,
The
because of that.
McMeal, it's the 1000 McDonald's.
And
shop
they have
here.
the
Yes.
hamburger, they have the cheese bread hamburger
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Ele falou que ele viu a fila, falou, caramba, tá tendo um show da Taylor Swift. E era o McDonald's lançando um hambúrguer de pão de queijo. So Michael actually is telling her in the chat here that he used to have a LAN house, you know, a LAN cafe, a network cafe. And he had a customer called Geninho. And he was the customer that gave the most money to his network computer cafe, Michael, because of Orkut, because he always went there to spend money on the PC,
Cyber
the cyber cafe.
Oh, yeah.
So he was actually asking if he could send a shout out to Geninho.
Sure. Hola, Janine.
Wait.
Wait.
Let's go. Olá, Jenny.
Hola, Jenny.
That's it. Tá mandado pro Geninho. Tá? And a lot of people are entering. Remember the joke you were saying? They're entering and say, "Oh, that's Orkut." What can I? The same line from the police officer. What can I tell about Orkut that I haven't met it yet, but I consider it so much? Yeah. Michael is telling you to taste. It's a special bread with. It's a different type of bread with cheese that we have here in Brazil. Vamos oferecer, Michael, com certeza. Rapaziada, quem quiser mandar as perguntas aí, a gente tem mais uns 20 minutinhos aí por aí. Vamos jogando aqui com o Orkut. Oh, do you have a campman there?
Yeah, I got the bull heart. Now I just have to bring it back.
Oh, assassination. Now I want to see. Do you used to play in the arcade as well?
Yes, I love arcades. Oh, oh no.
You're being chased. I have to do with my bow. I was a soldier like yourself, but then I got an arrow to the knee. Have you played Skyrim by any way?
Yes, I love Skyrim.
Pessoal, tava falando pra ele porque ele adora RPG, ele adora jogo de mundo aberto. Ele não jogou Breath of the Wild ainda. I'm telling people that you should play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
That sounds good.
Falamos, Michael. A gente falou sobre as comunidades bizarras. Michael was talking about the communities and he was actually asking if you were in any Brazilian community, if you remember, in Orkut.
Oh, I wasn't like, I hate Mondays.
Ele falou que ele tava no Odeio Segunda-feira, das comunidades. Olha, Damon made a great question here because I asked you before the live and your answer is amazing. He asked, hey, did he ever had the idea of creating games? So he is asking you, have you ever had the idea of creating games?
You know, actually in 4th grade, I learned how to program BASIC. My brother taught me. And I used to write computer games and invite my classmates over to play them.
Cara, olha que incrível, cara. Ele já é um game designer desde a 4ª série, Daimon. Quando ele estava na 4ª série, ele aprendeu a programar em BASIC e ele fazia jogos programando em BASIC.
Isso não será suficiente para agradar Asclépio.
He's
A
shocked
fera
with
morreu
your
contra
answer.
sua vontade. Com apenas um coração, nós só poderemos pagar por uma vida.
Por favor, Mistios. O touro branco que matou era meu.
And Patrick is asking the same question that we talked. If you could mention any other games that you enjoy playing. We talk about many RPGs and FPS. He's asking if.
Of course, like the Uncharted franchise is fantastic. It was so sad when it came to an end.
Oh, you played Uncharted 4?
Yeah, I played like all Uncharted.
Okay. Do you have a favorite among the Uncharted games?
I think it was like Uncharted 2 because it made such a huge leap from the first one.
Yeah, for me as well. Uncharted 2, especially right at the beginning, the opening, the train, everything's like, wow, it was really amazing at the time.
Control is pretty innovative.
Yeah, you were telling me. Yeah, ele falou que também gostou bastante do Control. I can be certain that people don't expect you to know so much about games, especially recent games.
Right before I came to Brazil, I got my copy of Death Stranding.
No, yeah. So Lucas just comment what I told you before the live stream. He just said, if we were to make a game called Orkut the game, it would be about Death Stranding, about connecting people. So we were talking right before.
Assim como essas pessoas não esquecerão da sua.
We just completed a new quest. I think we have the time for doing one more.
Okay.
And Diamond told us that if you publish your games from 4th grade, they would win the Game of the Year award.
All right, I'm gonna do...
Speak no evil. Cassandra visit the sanctuary was like walking her mother's footsteps. The priests interrogate Medan, the elder priest, at the guest house.
So it's like very close by.
And Speak no evil is a reference to a rock song. It actually is that fear no evil, won't you dream?
I love the sense of humor in Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, and this one especially, right?
So good.
So many like quirky quests.
Yeah.
Sometimes the name of the quest.
Yeah. Patrick is asking, is there any game that you're anxious, that you're looking forward to be launched to play?
I really hope there is a Fable 4 game, but they haven't announced it yet. And I look forward to playing Death Stranding. I only spent maybe like an hour on it.
Aí galera, ele falou que quer jogar mais Death Stranding e que ele tá esperando Fable 4.
And I need Assassin's Creed because I got the platinum and finished all the DLCs.
We don't have any news
so I need
about
the new Assassin's Creed to come
but
out.
if we do, you can be assured right now that when we have any new information, I'm gonna send you about a new Assassin's Creed, knowing you that you're such a big fan.
Oh, I'm inside the guest house.
I remember this mission.
I think we made this mission.
So I'm gonna try to do this.
I believe this mission is the one focused on going after the Oracle.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's from the thread of finding her.
Maybe.
Oh.
Of course, people are
This
asking.
is like 18 plus?
Yeah.
Estão mortos. E você deve ser Midon.
Ah, espertão, tá aí.
Foi o que eu ouvi. Vim aqui descobrir por quê. Crisis fez isso com ele.
So, Lucas, I'm not sure if you know that people shared secret information in Orkut through not accepting testimonials. Do you know that?
No.
You don't know that? So, for example, if I'm at school, remember we're in school, we three study, and I have a problem with Luis, and we're all friends, and I want to tell you. So I will actually send you a testimonial, and the first message would be, don't accept it. And on the testimonial said, hey, I hate Luis, and blah, 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 blah. So only you would see. And people use like that a lot here in Brazil. And sometimes people didn't read and accept it. So their secrets went public.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Lucas told me, hey, send him a testimonial about the new games, the new games, and tell him not to accept it on Orkut.
Olha aí, galera do DM, deu uma raid na gente. Obrigado aí, Rafa Homer.
Valeu, Rafa.
Beijo, galera do DM.
Tamo aqui com o Orkut, meu queridão. Se você quiser perguntar alguma coisa, Rafa Homer, bem-vindo, valeu pela companhia. Estamos jogando Assassins com o Orkut, que terminou todos os Assassins, platinou todos os principais, jogou série Chronicles, jogou os portáteis, tudo. Só não jogou os mobile.
Aquela queda foi cruel.
Então, se tiver qualquer pergunta aí do Orkut, você pode mandar.
Escute, não podemos fazer mais nada por você.
Acabamos de baixar, Jefinho.
Era, seja louvada.
Eles
We're on a sad part here. Especially because you're checking Mirin past.
Rafa, ele não foi desbloqueado do Tinder.
So someone entered the stream. The first question was like, "Hey, was he unblocked from Tinder?" And she said, "Oh no."
Actually, Tinder deleted my account completely. I don't have Tinder anymore.
Yeah, ele não foi desbanido e o Tinder deletou a conta dele e não tem mais. Was the first question.
Diga-me, por favor. Preciso saber.
Nem mesmo Apolo pôde salvar a criança. Midon me contou como a mulher chorou. Segurou o bebê nos braços.
People are commenting about their favorite communities on Orkut and everything. There was you imagine just like we were playing Portuguese. So here in Brazil for more than 40 years, almost all of localization of voices was doing from a studio called Herbert Richards. So everything that we watched in the beginning of any movie, it would say Brazilian version by Herbert Richards. Like,
oh wow!
So the people are saying that their favorite community was, who the hell is Herbert Richards? It's on all movies. Oh, that's a great question. Patrick is asking if you play anything on mobile, like Pokemon Go or anything. Do you play anything on cell phones?
No, I don't play any mobile games. Yeah.
Ele não joga tanto mobile. It's more of a console player, right?
Yes.
É. Ele é cara do console. Ele joga.
But I did play the iPad version of the companion game to Black Flag.
Black Flag?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I played that quite a bit.
Okay,
so I can like make money and like upgrade my ship.
Okay, so you can use with the. So this is we just discovered cultist, I believe.
Yes. So we can go and hunt them.
For some people, it might be a little spoilish, but it's quite some time since the launch of Assassin's Creed.
Galera dele, pode mandar mais perguntas aí pra nós.
Foi ontem, a Frenan. A live com o Sidão foi ontem. Com o seu. Aliás, com o Sidão faz tempo. Foi. Mas a gente tem que trazer o Sidão do game de novo, viu? Pemperoni's mentioned you should check Assassin's Creed Rebellion, which is the current mobile one. You actually have we have Alexios on Assassin's Creed Rebellion.
Oh, you do?
We have all. I'm not sure if all of the assassins are already unlocked, but all of the main assassins are on Assassin's Creed Rebellion. You kind of collect them, and they have different.
Is it multiplayer or is it like a campaign?
No, it has some multiplayer components, but it's more in terms of you doing quests and activities and collecting your different assassins, because we don't have only the main assassins. We have many characters from the franchise, and they have different skills.
Vai ter evento
I should check it out.
So someone actually is telling that they're organizing a Hello event on December 1st. December 1st.
Yes.
So they say, hey, tell him and tell everyone that we're doing a Hello event. And it's actually saying that it's an official Hello event that is happening on December 1st here in Brazil.
Yes, and there's one event in like Sao Paulo, and there's also an event in Porto Alegre.
So you were aware?
Yes, yeah.
Will you be joining by any chance?
Of course, yeah.
Olha aí, rapaziada. Então valeu.
Vai ser lá na Rua Augusta, qual é o nome do bar mesmo?
I don't know any of the details actually. It's a surprise for me, but I know that there's an event.
It will be in a good bar. I've already been in this bar.
Tubaína Bar, guys.
Yes.
Dr. Doug has sent a complicated question here.
Okay.
Ask, what do you prefer, Assassin's Creed or Prince of Persia?
Oh, it depends on which Prince of Persia game and which Assassin's Creed game.
You're a smart answer. That's a smart answer. Depende do Assassin's e depende do
Prince of Persia.
I'm gonna learn from that. Whenever someone asks me a direct choice question, I'm gonna use the same answer. Congratulations, I'm still learning from you. So we have a little bit more of time. People are sending questions. Help the crying baby. So we just became Death Stranding here in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh, but I need to be anonymous.
What's the
Why is everyone trying to kill me? I'm just trying to make friends here.
Look at them.
And everyone's like trying to kill me.
You have to be anonymous. You need to press Ctrl, Shift, and N to open a new window in your browser. And you're gonna enter anonymous.
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This is the game design telling you, hey, don't come here. We have really powerful guys to face you if you don't come anonymous.
Did you give a name to your baby in Death Stranding?
Me?
Yes.
No.
I don't have a baby yet.
No, in Death
Not
Stranding.
really.
In the beginning of the game, I think you have to type it in.
No, you don't have, but I just call him Little Kojima.
Oh, you gave your personal name to the baby.
When I have to, hey, calm down, just, hey, calm
Kojiminha.
down, Kojiminha.
Ok. Valeu, Felipe. Tamo junto, irmão. Toda terça, quarta e quinta aí das 6 às 8. Não é toda terça, quarta e quinta que a gente tem Orkut, né? Só hoje, mas é isso aí. Luca, eu já perguntei isso pra ele. Ele falou que joga nas duas plataformas porque as duas plataformas têm jogos exclusivos dos quais ele quer jogar. Por isso que ele falou do Control. Are you going to try to face him?
I'm gonna try to assassinate him.
Oh my god.
I'm whistling right now, but...
Ele jogou pouco do Death Stranding até agora, Pessinato. Are you teasing him?
Mm.
I've never done that. Can you do that?
Yeah, if they can't hear your whistle, you can shoot an arrow.
And can you assassinate him now if he comes?
No, but I can...
I didn't know that.
See, he's halfway down, so...
I always just make a noise. I've never attacked them directly.
It's gonna take me a long time.
Valeu, Kalil. So we have Kalil here, which is also a huge Assassin's Creed fan. And he actually told us that if you loved Assassin's Creed 2, the mobile game that you should try is Assassin's Creed Identity and not Rebellion. He said that for people that love it, said try Identity, it might be a...
Okay, that's good to know. Thanks for the pointer. Thanks for the advice.
And Kennedy is asking if by any chance do you play any Nintendo game?
Not right now. But I want to play the Zelda game, Breath of the Wild.
You're not going to regret it.
I did play all the Rabbit games though. Those are super fun. I had the Wii U.
The Rabbit games?
Yeah, they're so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played the Mario plus Rabbids?
Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Have you
No,
played it?
I haven't played that one.
So the Bendas asked a question that I think it's I'm not sure it's a tough, but it's asking you, are there any chance of Orkut coming back? The platform?
So we see Hello.com as a spiritual successor to Orkut, and we built the entire experience of Hello around communities, which was the most popular feature on Orkut.
So it's already back.
You can see it's already back.
Yeah. The Bendas, ele falou, cara, se você gostava do Orkut para você usar o Hello, que é a rede social atual dele, que foi construída em cima da filosofia do Orkut, então ele falou que de certa forma o Orkut já está de volta porque existe o Hello. Valeu, Daimon. E aí, Ed, tudo bem? Ed is asking if you prefer linear games or open world games.
It depends on the game. Like if you think about like Devil May Cry, for instance, it has more like linear path.
You have so much gaming references.
And it works amazing, right? But if you think about a game like Assassin's Creed, you know, an open world makes more sense because there are so many side quests.
Do you want to work with Ubisoft? We can arrange that. Valeu, Daimon. Grande vantagem aí do Michael que arrumou o esquema aí. E aí, Eric? Ele falou que depende sobre jogo de mundo aberto e jogo direto. Ele falou que depende do título. Ele falou, por exemplo, Devil May Cry não seria tão legal para ele de mundo aberto, já o Assassin's ficou bem, caiu como uma luva. Felipe Fontoura is actually sending you something that I already know the answer and he's late. Because his people are saying, oh, he's gonna love Caipirinha. You already loved it. If you follow him on Instagram, you can see. Vocês já estão atrasados?
Yeah, I'm gonna post pictures of every single Caipirinha I have on Instagram. So far I had 4.
Ele falou que vai postar uma foto de toda a caipirinha que ele tomar no Instagram e já postou 4.
Hoje mesmo, tomou uma de manhã.
Yeah, so Luis saw your Instagram and said, he had a caipirinha in the morning. He lives life to the fullest.
I guess the only thing I can do is like kill.
Yeah, it's gonna be a confrontation.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm gonna kill you.
Orkut going for vengeance. It's gonna start right now. It's the first crisis against Orkut in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
She's from the cult.
Make
That's
love,
why
not
they
war.
kill her.
Wow.
The writing is amazing in this
Yeah,
game.
but she's
Isso vai além da minha família. Você
she's go on the hard offensive side.
Você não traz
Ele não mora no
nada
Brasil,
senão
Pecinato.
sofrimento.
Você faz isso. Mas chega ensanguentada e ameaçando a minha vida. Você é uma matadora igual ao seu irmão. Vem, deixa eu te mostrar.
What? You're gonna have to save the baby?
Yes.
I hope so.
Meu filho!
Este bebê é seu?
I couldn't ever leave the baby behind because you could choose. You could
Go
go after
behind.
her. I could never. Alguém deixou o bebê para trás? Did anyone?
Comigo e o bebê dentro.
Crisis é uma serva de Era. Ela fez o que tinha que
Crisis.
ser
She has the name of a hard to run on PC games. Remember Crisis? The FPS is really good graphics.
Yeah.
Você o salvou. Bênçãos a você, portadora da águia.
Did they have a sequel for Crisis?
Yes. Yeah. There was Crisis 2 and Crisis 3.
3, okay.
Mater está aqui.
Não sei se salvar aquela criança era o certo a se fazer.
Well, we saved the
O
baby.
despotismo de Crisis tem que
Now,
acabar.
could you even if you play the game 3 times and you have to play this mission 3 times? In any of those times, could you leave the baby and go after the girl?
No.
Me neither. So Dr. Doug asked, because you talked about that Fable is your favorite franchise, but he's asking if there is one game that is your favorite of all time. That is a tough question. I don't know if I have one game.
I would say it's the first like Kingdom Hearts.
Ok. Primeiro Kingdom Hearts. Temos aqui um fã do Kingdom Hearts.
E aqui, ó, Luizinho no YouTube falou: eu deixei o bebê pra trás, me julguem.
So someone in the chat said, yeah, I left the baby behind in my game. I'm a bad
Oh.
You're a monster.
I'm sure he had a good reason.
person.
All right.
So Orkut, I think we can go to our final questions in chat here today.
Okay.
So MS here on the chat asked our first question here on stream, but I think it's awesome for us to talk again. For anyone that is in São Paulo or maybe is asking, hey, what brings Orkut to Brazil? So can you talk again for anyone that is joining us right now?
So I'm visiting Sao Paulo, Porto Alegre, and Rio in this trip. I'm going to be here around like 2 weeks, and I'm giving a keynote at the Silicon Valley conference in Sao Paulo. I'm giving a lecture in Porto Alegre, and then in Rio I'm doing more like press interviews.
Então, pessoal, ele vai estar aqui, deixa eu traduzir para a galerinha aqui, pessoal, ele vai estar em São Paulo, em Porto Alegre e no Rio. Aqui em São Paulo, ele vai dar uma palestra na conferência de Silicon Valley, que vocês podem procurar os dados na internet ou ver nas redes sociais dele. Em Porto Alegre, ele vai dar uma espécie de aula. Is the lecture in a university?
It's in university. Yeah.
Do you know, by any chance, remember which university?
Oh, it has a Portuguese name.
Ok. Em Porto Alegre, ele vai dar uma aula. E no Rio, ele vai fazer algumas entrevistas com a imprensa mesmo sobre isso. And can you tell a little bit, especially because of people that are asking so much about your work and everything here in the chat,
Yeah.
can you tell a little bit more about the content of what you will be talking here in the lecture, in the keynote, for anyone to know what is Orkut up these days? Like,
So I will be making a lot of references to social media, obviously, but the first keynote I'm giving is all about human values, things that make us human, which is, togetherness, love, empathy, kindness, things that make life worth living for. And social media has almost like conditioned us to expect selfish forms of gratification. We think that we are happy when someone retweets our tweet or likes our Instagram comment, or when we get like more followers, we think that those things make us happy. But happiness comes from togetherness. It comes from connecting with people in real life, and we are so conditioned that we almost start to lose our ability to care about one another. And I want to talk about how we need to love each other and support each other and care about each other, because that's how you are happy.
Amazing, and it's cool that you talk about it, and we can have fun on internet, but you mentioned about being together and like this have a really
exactly.
There's a really hard value, right? Pessoal, ele vai estar aqui para falar sobre o poder das mídias sociais e sobre a questão da felicidade e da recompensa nos dias de hoje com a realidade das redes sociais e falando sobre como a gente fica feliz com like, com retweet, com comentário, com novos seguidores, mas que tá junto é uma das maiores expressões de felicidade e qual o papel disso na contemporaneidade. People are already sending all the links and details of everyone you're gonna be. That's the power of our amazing community. They're already getting the data. Pessoal, muito obrigado. And now I have some, I wouldn't say tough, but I have some questions that I think you need to think. So the first question that I have for you is like, so throughout your whole career, is there anything that you're most proud of?
Oh, I think Orkut.com, because it's made the world a better place and brought people closer together. So
and was there anything specifically in Orkut that made you the proudest? A feature, a story?
I remember like the first time I came to Brazil, that was in 2000. Orkut.com, 2009, that's when I came to Brazil. And I was giving a talk, and someone approached me and had a printout of a picture of like his kid, and he said like, I met my wife on like Orkut, and you know that's our kid, and that made me feel like very like proud, because you know we connected people in so many meaningful ways, and we created so many moments of connection and magic.
It's amazing you say that I'm not sure if you sing that way, but your work is like, I wouldn't say the word virtual because I think it would be small, but you're actually like your work is like a conceptual bridge for humanity. Everything that you do is building bridges between the users, so congratulations, really awesome.
Thank you.
Pessoal, eu perguntei para ele qual foi a coisa que ele mais tem orgulho de tudo que ele já fez. E ele falou que foi o Orkut. Eu perguntei, tem alguma coisa específica do Orkut que você fez que te dá mais orgulho? E ele falou, cara, que foi a questão de o Orkut ter conectado tantas pessoas. Ele contou que a primeira vez que ele veio no Brasil, um cara levou uma foto para ele. Falou, cara, eu conheci a minha esposa pelo Orkut, então muito obrigado. And also, is there any question that you wanted someone to ask you in an interview, but they never ask?
That's a good question. What is like one question that you would like to ask me but you didn't ask? That's because it's like too personal, or I don't know.
I told him that he's good. He can. You're good at this. It's not your first rodeo. I don't think there's anything that you make me feel really comfortable. Mm-hmm. So to be quite honest, I've been interviewing people for more than 10 years, and I just discovered this question about being proud the last 2 years. And I love to ask this question because I know that some people don't have a vanity. They are okay with how they do, but when we talk about being proud, it's something that I'm really happy about that. So the question that I wanted to ask, and I was seeing everything, it was this question, and I loved your answer about connecting people and everything. So I don't think there was anything that you made me uncomfortable from what I'm asking. So it's the same for you. People always, you could always express yourself freely. There's nothing that anyone have asked you that you wanted to talk about.
You can ask me what brings you here today.
Yeah, I ask you. Yeah, but
and I'm so excited to be at UBISOFT. It's like one of my like favorite creators of like magic, because we have so many magical moments in video games, and I think that video games are the most creative medium. Like if you compare it to like comic books or movies or TV. In video games, you're actually immersed and you're playing the character, and it's just like real life. You can be good or you can be evil, right? We played these missions on Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and we had to like make choices, and that's what makes video games so powerful, and it also creates like such an amazing community, because when you meet someone who plays video games, you have this like instant connection and you have like so much to talk about.
Just like we have today, and we have different stories. So we talk because, hey, what did you do on that part? Even on games that don't have choices. Sometimes even if the game don't have choices, but how you play, it's a choice in itself, right?
Exactly.
Pessoal, ele falou como ele adora videogame e como os videogames, na opinião dele, são a mídia mais criativa que tem possível pelas escolhas que você faz e como quando você joga um jogo, você encontra outra pessoa e você conversa com essa pessoa, que isso tem uma história incrível para você com seu outro amigo. And now, my last question for you. What holds you in the future? Is there anything that you want to do that you have been working in the future that you're going to look back in like 10 years and say, yes, I'm happy that I did that?
I would love to fix dating, first of all. I think like dating is broken. Most people try to date through online apps. And a lot of us like don't make friends or find dates in physical places or through like networks and friends with friends. And I think we need to figure out a better way to find romance, right?
And do you think it's possible? Do you think it's possible in an era where the technology brings people to such a quick action to have a dating in that manner that wouldn't fall so hard in terms of the sexuality and more in terms of romance?
I think we can fix that with technology, but first of all, we have to teach people how to be kind and respectful online.
Awesome. That's a really good answer. Pessoal, eu perguntei para ele se tem alguma coisa que ele quer fazer nos próximos 10 anos. Ele falou, cara, que ele quer muito melhorar a questão de relacionamento, de namoro online, e que ele quer, através da tecnologia, poder criar ambientes onde as pessoas possam ser generosas umas com as outras, boas umas com as outras, e que foque mais na amizade, na generosidade em si, e não tanto na parte direta do aplicativo. Orkut, thank you so much for being here. I was already a fan because of your work, and to be quite honest, I didn't know you knew games so well. And I can tell you that we are in almost the end of the year, and you're one of the most knowledgeable guests we have for gaming on the show this year. So once again, congratulations so much for your work. I'm really happy to have you here, and I'm sure that everyone on the chat here that spread their love to you as well. I hope they reach you.
Obrigado, and viva Amando e seja feliz.
Olha aí. Pessoal, muito obrigado, valeu demais. I'm gonna teach you one thing here.
Okay.
There's two things. First of all, do you know how to do this?
No.
No. Okay. So
how did you make that noise?
This is harder. If you don't know how to do this, I'm gonna teach you like this. Do you know? So, but hang loose, do you know, right?
I know hang loose.
This one you learn, okay?
Yeah.
So there are many. The hang loose, it's a philosophy. It's a way of interacting with the world, and there are many ways that you can interact. For example, Luis, I'm gonna throw him a hang loose. He's gonna get on the air. You can see. He already got. So there are many ways, and there's my favorite, which is like this. I'm gonna teach you if you're okay. So one hang loose is good, but two is better, right?
Yes.
And there are ways we can do that. So there's this one, which is the spinning double hang loose. Do you think you can do it with me?
Yeah.
To end the show?
Yeah.
Galera, obrigado demais. Terminamos aqui com o Orkut, com o pirocóptero duplo do hang loose. Let's go?
Let's go.